Let's talk about you for growth, right? Like, obviously Ben had to scale. You had to scale too. The company today is much different than it was when you joined. What were some of your growing pains? What were some of the hardest things for you during that growth period?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think, number one, fundamentally, because the company was growing so quickly, so many opportunities were coming, and sometimes, like, we had some of the biggest fitness influencers and some like massive names reaching out to us on social media, and like I think sometimes as well is knowing when to say no. So I think for us as a brand and as a program with influencer marketing, it was really kind of, when you're experiencing such rapid growth, it's making sure that you don't get distracted and you don't drift off, and you stay true to your purpose and stay true to what your North Star is. So that's probably been one of the biggest difficulties we've had with all these amazing opportunities. And you'd have big celebrities or sports teams and franchises reaching out wanting to work with you, and it's kind of like, these are all amazing opportunities, but does that tie back to what our purpose is? Does that tie back to does that help us reach our North Star and stuff? So I think staying on course has probably been one of the biggest challenges. The other one as well is kind of like, when you work with influencers, you're working with people, and I think a lot of businesses and companies don't necessarily understand or realize that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of companies, when it comes to influencer marketing, it's very transactional, and it's we pay you X, you do Y, and that's not how we do things at Gymshark. You know what I mean? It's all about it's a mutually beneficial partnership. It's what can we do to help you and give you value of you being associated with Gymshark. You know what I mean? What can we do to help you? And equally, this is how we see you helping us as a brand. So it's making sure that as the landscape gets more and more competitive, it's how do we constantly evolve our offering and keep close relationships with all of our athletes, and how do we keep offering value to them? How do we help them set up their own businesses, help them with their personal branding, giving them opportunities, camera equipment, all that sort of stuff. So it's always just constantly, how can we keep offering value to the people we work with, and staying ahead of the curve as well, because it's one of those things. There's a lot of companies out there that will look to Gymshark as to what are they doing, what are they going to do next. So I'd say that's the other thing, is staying ahead of the curve, keeping your ears to the ground, and constantly pivoting when you need to. You know what I mean? I think we're very lucky as a business. We're quite agile. You know what I mean? And a lot of people will compare us to the likes of Nike, Lulu, Under Armour, Adidas, those big apparel brands, and you know what I mean, we're on our way to hopefully one day becoming an apparel brand of that capacity and size. But I think the one advantage we probably have over those companies is just how agile we are as a brand and as a business. So but with that being said as well, there's always loads of challenges there. How you have to continue to be scrappy and entrepreneurial with your approach, and it's kind of always that battle between how much red tape and processes are involved internally throughout departments and how you do things. So I think a lot of it's just naturally growing pains, isn't it, as a company grows? But I think we've experienced a lot of growing pains very quickly because of the growth of the company. So it's there's you can't really pinpoint one or two massive growth pains. I think a lot of it
just feels like a growth pain all the time, right? Like when you're growing that fast, you're just going from one pain point to the next. Like, oh God, fix this. Oh God, fix that.
You put one fire out. You put one fire out. You're like, woo, and then all of a sudden over your shoulder, you're like, oh shit, there's another fire, and you're going to put that one out. But again, that's the fun thing about it. You know what I mean? It's you have all these cliches, but like, every day's different at work and stuff like that. And you know what? In a lot of sense, there's probably a lot of jobs and companies out there that have that. But like, I feel like I can truly say, like, no day is the same. You know what I mean? I get to work with a lot of incredible individuals on quite a regular basis, so that element is quite the same for me, which I love, because again, like I said, I work with people who challenge me every day, but equally I work with people that I've got to see and help grow as well, which is amazing. You know what I mean? There's so many incredible minds at Gymshark, honestly, so many amazing minds, and that's just been an incredible thing to be a part of as well. You know what I mean?